Hey Aries, it's Lisa from Soul Searcher Tarot. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm here to do your July 2019 general reading. If this is your first time here, thank you for coming in, and hopefully you'll like it and we'll get to see you again. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. I already meditated on your energies, so I just wanted to shuffle up a couple more times and then we'll get started. Hope you guys are all doing well. Alright, Aries, let's get started. Okay, well, we started out with the Nine of Swords. So you're feeling like you got stressed about something. You're getting like maybe you're losing some sleep. You're having some anxiety about something. All right, let's see. Let's see anything else for this. Okay. Well, see that there's a heartbreak, some grief, so maybe that would have something to do with it. Right? Maybe you just had a breakup, or you lost somebody important to you. Aries, July 2019. What else do you have for Aries, July 2019? Okay. All right. Now, we do have two cards that popped up. One of them was the Devil, and this is like voluntarily putting yourself into like a bondage situation where you're in control of it, but you're choosing not to get yourself out of it. So maybe it's an addiction, maybe it's like smoking or gambling or drinking, shopping, anything that you might be doing that you might consider like that you have less control of it than you thought. Okay, so something maybe you want to get rid of. And then you got the Knight of Swords. Now he's an incredibly fast energy, all right, and he blows in like a strong wind, and it's almost like it's almost havoc. He almost wreaks havoc when he does it. It's a necessary change, but he'll come in and change stuff. They're necessary changes, but it's like almost like he blows in like a wind, and you're like, phew. And I always think of the Tasmanian devil when I think of him. All right, now this could possibly be, all right, you're losing sleep over something's stressing you out. There was a heartbreak. Now there was possible bad habits, things going on with you. And maybe you decided you really did want to change that, so this was like a fast energy that you're using to do that. Like you're like, yeah, you want it out. Whatever it is. Like I said, whatever it is. It could be just a very serious thing, it could be a very small thing. You just never know. But if it cost you a relationship, I guess it would be why you would want to push it away. All right, now we got Ace of Cups, and this is a big old cup of emotions and feelings. Maybe a new relationship coming in, or new friends, a lot of time with family. Jeez. Oh, I can't read them. Just throwing everything at me. All right, hold on 1 second. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we got here. All right, you got the Eight of Swords. Now you feel stuck. All right, you're feeling, and this is another situation where you kind of put yourself here, all right, because you're not really tied up that tight, and you could get through those swords, and you could remove the blindfold, but you just feel stuck in whatever situation you're in. Maybe you just don't feel like you can get out of it, and just a matter of you realizing that you can. Oh, okay. All right. Your tower moment happens. All right. And as scary as it is, the tower is usually something that needs to happen. It's very quick. You're not going to see it coming. Whatever it is, though, it's something that it does need to happen. So maybe that was the way that you were going to be able to feel unstuck in your situation, is for that tower moment to happen. Because then this is you moving away on something. It's like, all right, you're going into from rough waters to calmer waters, okay? And you're just like, just kind of picking up your swords and going. You're taking it into, like, it could be traveling, but also in a not literal sense, it could be just emotionally going into a calmer area of water, okay? So maybe after the tower shook things up, things are looking a lot calmer. Not sure exactly what the tower would be. But I'm gonna clarify everything. I'm just gonna. Okay, and then you had the King of Wands, and he's firm, he's grounded, he's all about action and energy. He can be a little impatient sometimes, but he's generally not a bad guy. It could be a woman, doesn't have to be male or female, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, doesn't have to be any of those things because they're general, but just somebody in your environment that might be eluding those kind of energies, all right? It's kind of like a father figure, too. So it could be an older man in your environment who's kind of like helps you out with situations that you have. All right, now you got the Five of Cups. Now this is, you're feeling disappointed, you're feeling like you lost something, and because these 3 cups are down, but you still have 2 full cups behind you, but you're too busy worrying about what you lost to see what you still have. And then you got the Seven of Swords. Now this guy can be like, he almost looks like he's getting away from something, or he's getting away with something. So sometimes this could be taken as like, almost like a deception, or it's like somebody's trying to trick you, or being stealthy. That could be if it's somebody in your environment that's doing something twisted, whatever, but I mean, it could be contracts, it could be a corporation, it doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It could be contracts and small prints and, like that kind of thing. Or it could be you leaving this tent, just picking up your swords and going and just hoping nobody sees you so they don't have to ask you why. So maybe if you were leaving an area, maybe because you had that Five of Cups that is making you feel a certain kind of way, that you didn't want somebody to ask you, oh, where are you going? What are you doing? Why don't you want to be here? That kind of thing. So I don't know if it's a job or a situation or whatever, but after the Tower, you decided you were going to move away from those choppy waters, and maybe that's your choppy water people. Maybe that King of Wands is the choppy water, as nice and friendly as he looks. So maybe, like I said, it's like, a father figure, or, what is that, Dutch uncle, where, that they look out for you, whatever. Okay, the Death popped up. Now this is a transformation. And from what I gather, there's going to be a lot of transformations happening. Because like right now there's like, I don't know, what do they say, 5 or 6 planets in retrograde? And then there's eclipse happening on July 2nd. And, there's a lot of things going on with everybody's energies. So there are a lot of beginnings and endings and all kinds of stuff's going on. And somebody else I was listening to, and he said, when it comes to the retrograde, I think it's a Mercury retrograde. I'm not very good at the astrology stuff, but the Mercury retrograde, they're like, this just means don't do anything. Don't make any plans to do anything. Don't put anything out there to try to manifest anything. Just sit still, sit put, because it's going to get screwed up one way or the other. I don't know anything about it, but he seemed reasonable. But let's see. Can I have clarification for the Nine of Swords? Can I have clarification for the Nine of Swords? Well, that's Nine of Swords clarifies you taking a rest, you're taking a break. All right. So that makes sense. You weren't feeling so good. Losing sleep. What about the Three of Swords? Well, the Three of Swords came up with a bunch of options. What kind of options would that be? It's maybe that you realize there's other options out there, and even though maybe you lost somebody important to you, that there's more out there. They're not like the last. What about the Devil energy? Can you clarify the Devil energy for me? Okay, well, the Five of Wands. Now this is some conflict. So now is this conflict in rivalry and competition? So, is this somebody in your energy, in your environment that's causing conflict about this? Maybe they don't like you partaking in whatever this is. Like I said, it could be something. It could be, shopping or, eating too much, smoking, drinking, gambling. I mean, it could be anything. It could be really anything. But there's something about it that's causing conflict in your life. And maybe that's why you decided that you needed to shed yourself from it. Because if that was one of the reasons why the breakup happened, then yeah, that would be a conflict, and that would start that, and that would make you want to shed it. What about the Eight of Swords? Can you tell me about the Eight of Swords? Stop throwing cards at me. Yeah, tell me about the Eight of Swords. What's about the Eight of Swords? Eight of Swords. Alright, you have the High Priestess. Now, she is all about intuition. Alright, she's very intuitive. She seems to know things and understand things, what goes on with people. So this might be an energy that you have, or there's somebody around you. And she could also be, she's very secretive sometimes. So I don't know if this is somebody around you, or if this is the energy that you're taking on because of the way you feel. Alright, what about the Tower? Can you tell me about the Tower? What about the Tower? Okay, you got a Knight of Cups. And Knight of Cups came in on the Tower. Now he is like the messenger of love and romance. So there might be somebody coming in offering you their heart. And that makes sense with that big old Ace of Cups cup. And after the Tower, maybe the Tower needs to go down to free your energy up for something else to come in. So after this breakup, I'm guessing you might have wanted just to have a new relationship. And what about the Six of Swords? What can you tell me about the Six of Swords? Why is that here? Six of Swords. Can you tell me about the Six of Swords? Oh, the Hierophant. Alright, this guy is looking for more spiritual meaning and higher meaning to things. And kind of like, when I think of him, I think of like church. Like he's very conformity. He's very ritualistic. He likes tradition. Things are supposed to be a certain way, but he's also very spiritual. So I'm wondering if that was you moving away from whatever these feelings were to a more spiritual nature. What about the Seven of Swords? What can you tell me about the Seven of Swords? Let's see, one more time. Seven of Swords. Alright, we got the King of Cups and we got the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is a whole new start in creation. Alright, and inspiration. And the King of Cups. And I'm sorry, hold on a second. You caves? Alright, hold on. Sorry, my dog. It's hot and I guess he's getting to him a little bit. Should go get a drink. Alright, so the King of Cups and the Page of Wands. So I don't know how that factors in on Mr. Seven of Swords. Because the King of Cups, he uses his emotions, but he also uses logic. He doesn't like to put out too much when he's afraid to get hurt. And the Page of Wands is creativity. Well, what about death? One more card to see if I can clarify any of this and then see if I can tell the story because I'm not feeling it. Let's see. Okay, and we've got the Six of Cups. And this is nostalgia and you're having like happy memories, all right? So I'm guessing, and you made your transformation. You were thinking, or maybe you were going back to the way things were before like all of life went crazy. Or maybe when you were younger, going back to a time when you were younger and life was easier. Let's see, all right, so you had a breakup, you had to take a rest, you knew there was more options out there for you. You were kind of stuck in bad habits and attitudes maybe. That was causing you problems because you had some conflict, so you decided that you were going to use the Knight of Swords energy to get out of that. And then a big old cup of emotions and relationships were offered to you. You were feeling stuck for some reason, and then you had this intuition lady, and maybe she came around and said, for us to be able to do anything, maybe she just gave you some insight on what goes on. I don't know if this is a person in your environment or this was just you. You took on this aspect of her. I think you took on the aspect of her because then your tower fell. But when that happened, you had this knight in shining armor come over and he's a messenger of new love and romance. You were going to be moving away from something. I think it's something more mentally than physical. And when you did the moving away thing, you took on the energy of the Hierophant, and he's like a more spiritual, holistic kind of energy. And so maybe you just wanted to go into something and you're like, yoga or just exercising, listening to more music, meditating, like that kind of feeling. You got this King of Wands energy, and he's just like a father figure, just kind of, he's somewhere in your environment, possibly helping out. But then you got the Five of Cups, and you were feeling like you lost out on something because your cups got kicked over. And even though you still have two, you could fill up the other three, but you were just feeling that way about it. So then you were feeling like the sly energy, possibly somebody who wanted to take something from you, or you were taking your swords and going somewhere else and you needed to get away. But then you had these two eyes, and this is, or this could be one single person. He offers up a creation that you have strong feelings about. So maybe whatever project you're taking on, you have strong feelings about it. And maybe you needed to take what you could from wherever you were because you lost out on cups. Well, you lost out on whatever was here. Then you felt like you lost something. Then you went to go manifest or transform. And while you were doing that, you were thinking very much about life when you were younger and when things were easier, possibly, or just in general, having feelings of happy memories and whatever was going on, or maybe even thinking about people that were gone and no longer around. And actually, I think that's it. You were just, this is you thinking about other people that were no longer around. Let's see if I can find anything about these King of Wands. You have the King of Wands for me? Can you tell me anything about him? King of Wands. Why's the King of Wands here? King of Wands. Hold on till I can tell me the King of Wands. Okay, well, the Eight of Wands came up, and this is like a swift movement. So this is like a fast, whatever it is, a fast decision, fast movement, fast get out of Dodge kind of feeling. You had to get away from him. and you decided to do it really quickly. So I don't know what his situation is with you. I don't know if he's a boss. I don't know if he's, a neighbor in your environment somewhere. Not that he's like, excuse me, not that he's harmful in any way, but just maybe if he is that fatherly energy, like that father figure type of energy, maybe that was just too much for you. You're just like, dude, get off, get away. Or just maybe you felt like you needed to strike out on your own. What about these Five of Cups? I don't know, I don't want to keep clarifying everything until it messes it all up. But Five of Cups, let me see the Five of Cups. What else can you tell me about the Five of Cups? Five of Cups for Aries 2019. Okay, this is the Ten of Wands. Now this shows up as being hard work. So what I'm thinking, maybe that's why you were so bent about the Five of Cups, because you put in a lot of hard work and more than half your cups got spilled. So you had to move a fast energy to move away from the wand, the King of Wands. You put in the hard work, but your Five of Cups still got spilled. So then you were like, okay, I'm going to pick up my stuff, and I'm going to your own little creation and your own situation. So you had a transformation, which is awesome, end of a cycle. And when you had that happen, because you were feeling more spiritual with the Hierophant, maybe when you're branching out into something new that you want to do, your new cycle might be about reflecting on older memories or people that were around before and aren't now. Could be possibly something historic, something in relation to families, genealogy, that type of situation. That's very interesting. Genealogy, that just popped into my head. And again, it might not be for a job. It might be just for like a passion project. Because I actually think that this might be a passion project, something that you love the idea of doing. Like if you really, really enjoy doing family histories and whatever, that might be something that you're taking on to see what else you can do. And because you do have the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups, there might be a new relationship coming out to you somewhere along the line. Maybe you're just not really ready for it right now because you have so much other stuff going on. But, all right, if this makes sense to you, if you want to like, share, subscribe, write me a comment. I'd love to hear from you because I'm confused and yet I'm not. Like it makes sense, but it doesn't. But to you, it might be perfectly sensible. So every time I say that, somebody gets back to me on my comments and goes, I understood. Okay. But, yeah, if I'm not living it, I don't know. But I'd love to hear from you, and hopefully I'll see you back in a couple weeks, and we'll do the mid-month, all right? Thank you so much, and you take care of yourselves. I'll see you then.